My dearest brothers and sisters, the numbers are out. It seems that life expectancy here in these United States has fallen from 77 years to 76.4 years. This was where it was at in 1996. In other words, life expectancy has fallen to the lowest level seen in 26 years. All of the health advances in the past quarter century have not made any difference as far as longevity. Other nations are seeing a rebound since the pandemic, while we are having a decline. Indeed, we have the lowest life expectancy among comparable nations. At the top are Japan, Switzerland, Australia, France, Sweden, and ranking 12th at the bottom is the US. Strangely enough, deaths are increasing among younger adults and children. This had been declining before the pandemic. Why, may we ask? Why is there so little emphasis on prevention? Let's go ahead and outline a 7-step program to build your innate immune system. And let's start with the premise of all of natural medicine, that wrongful feeding is one of the primary causes of illness. And if that is so, it behooves us, especially in these times, to make every meal count. Unbelievably, almost 80 million Americans, 42% of the population, are obese, and another 30% are overweight. Is it any wonder that disease sweeps through a population as imbalanced as we are? Let's note also that the birth rate has been the lowest it's been since they've been keeping records, and it's below replacement since 1971. And we see this as symptomatic of a profound malaise in the soul of the nation. There is the pandemic of cancer, the pandemic of heart disease, the pandemic of high blood pressure, the pandemic of diabetes, of obesity, of depression, and of suicide. All these pandemics stem from a profound imbalance in how we eat, how we live, and how we relate to one another. Isn't it peculiar that all of the attention goes to one particular pandemic while the rest are more or less neglected in comparison? Perhaps the fear, bordering on hysteria, that we see everywhere is based upon a realization deep down of how imbalanced, how estranged we are from nature, from others, and from ourselves. How lonely we are. All the lonely people, a nation of strangers, we have become. And astonishing, 60% of the foods we eat are ultra-processed. This includes pizza, chicken nuggets, and soda. They contain unnaturally high amounts of sugar, salt, processed oils, and unhealthy fats. This is largely new, the advent of ultra-processed foods. It's only come about since the end of World War II. So the first step in our 7-step program is to avoid ultra-processed junk food. Avoid sugary beverages and vegetable oils, please. Make leafy greens a substantial part of your diet. Drink plenty of spring water. All the food you eat should be organic. It is sad, however, that the organic label is no longer enough. It does not guarantee that a vegetable or a fruit has not been grown hydroponically in a shipping container under artificial light and in chemical soup. The second step is to have a green drink. A green drink at least once a day. This is one of the treasures bequeathed to us by the raw food movement. In our experience, finely divided leafy greens are so healing. In a blender, in your ordinary kitchen blender, put some bottled spring water, and then parsley, lettuce, kale, Swiss chard, celery. Press the button. You have something so wondrously healing. And if you want to supercharge it a bit, instead of bottled spring water, why not orange juice or grape juice that you've squeezed yourself, or maybe apple and carrot juice that you've made in your juicer. Then there is fasting, a wonderful way to renew and regenerate. Why not fast on water for one full day each week? I do it every Monday. Why not make this a national day? Yes, a national fast. A day of drinking only water. Can you imagine in these United States? And not just a day of mechanistic fasting, but a day of retrospection, a day of contrition, and of healing, and of making amends. Then there is daily exercise. Why not start with stretches when you wake up? YouTube is replete with simple sequences that anyone can follow. Why not a day of everyone moving, stretching, running, jumping? And why not at the same time ask our overweight brothers and sisters to join us in our endeavors? Step 5 is make sure that your vitamin D level is optimized by getting out and sunbathing. I know it's difficult in winter, but still on bright wintry days, get out in the sun. Do the best you can. Then there's sauna, number 6. It's important that your sauna is hot enough, around 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Saunas are so healing and relaxing. Then we come to number 7. Plant a victory garden. Emulate your grandparents, because that's what they did in the Second World War. Everyone planted a victory garden. If you live in an apartment, try sprouting. Join a community garden. Right now, out of the depths of winter, let's get to planting, my dear brothers and sisters. So we'll start with a romaine lettuce. And this is Rainier, named after Mount Rainier in Washington State. And we'll start with Rainier lettuce, a vigorous romaine. And I have found that of all varieties of lettuce, romaine grows the best during cool winter days. So, romaine lettuce. Okay? And then just for purposes of beauty, beauty is an essential part of our beings and our souls, the sense of beauty. So why not marvel of 4 seasons? It's a wondrously growing lettuce. So let's plant marvel of 4 seasons. Gorgeous lettuce. And then I've got from the Seed Savers Exchange, Grandpa Admir's lettuce. This goes way, way back in American history. So Grandpa Admir it is. And then let's plant a kale. Why not a dwarf Siberian kale that will laugh at the cool winter days? Siberian kale. And then, of course, spinach. Bloomsdale spinach is a classic. This is a winter Bloomsdale. So, here we go. Okay. And last but not least, a golden Swiss chard that I got from a wonderful woman, a seed saver in Port Townsend, Washington. Golden chard. So there we have it. Now, as soon as I get home, I'm going to water the flat, and then I'm going to cover it with a damp cloth, and I'll put it in a warm place and water it every day. And as soon as the seeds germinate, I'll put them out in direct sunlight. That could be in a cold frame, in a greenhouse, or just in a south-facing window if that's what you have. But as soon as they germinate, they've got to be in direct sunlight, please. So here we have, out of the depths, a garden. Let's get growing, America. We can do it. We can go forward and succeed. Rebirth, regeneration, and recreation. That's where it's at. my privilege to share with you. Thank you.